Rodolfo's Mischiefs, Santa Claus's Reindeer. It was a very cold night in the North Pole, where the stars shone like small diamonds in the dark sky. Everything was calm in Santa Claus's workshop, except for one particular reindeer, Rodolfo, the famous red-nosed reindeer. Not only was he known for that shiny and sparkling nose, but also for being a little, well, mischievous. If you like stories and fantasy, I invite you to subscribe to our community to continue enjoying fables and tales on our channel. Rodolfo liked Christmas very much, but he also had a great weakness for jokes and laughter. Sometimes he was like a mischievous elf-soul reindeer, always looking for a way to make his friends and companions see. That night, while everyone was busy preparing the last details before the big Christmas outing, Rodolfo decided that the atmosphere was too calm and that he needed some fun. First, he sneaked into the elf workshop, where they were painting and decorating the toys that would soon be in the hands of children from all over the world. With his red nose shining softly, he stealthily approached a group of elves focused on their task, painting colored trains and wooden dolls. Rodolfo approached the smallest elf in the group, and without anyone noticing, he stretched his nose and tickled his ear. The poor elf made such a big jump that he threw his green paint can and ended up covered from head to toe. The elf's face was a total surprise, and Rodolfo could barely hold back his laughter. But his bright red nose revealed his hiding place. From afar, the other elves looked at the scene, and they could not help but laugh when they saw their companion turned into a green elf. Rodolfo flinched before the elves could catch him, leaving behind a trail of laughter and murmurs of surprise. Later, Rodolfo thought that his reindeer companions also needed a touch of excitement before the great trip. He came up with a fun idea, a race, but not just any race. This time it would be a race blindfolded. Rodolfo, always ingenious, explained the plan to the reindeers, who put on their blindfolds without suspecting anything. And there he was, watching the reindeers trot in all directions, colliding gently against small piles of snow and following any false trail that seemed like a clue to them. Donato, one of the strongest reindeers, ended up heading towards a snowy pine, and when he collided gently, he was covered in snow from head to toe. Rodolfo, seeing all this, could hardly contain his laughter. His red nose shone with so much laughter, and soon his laughter was so contagious that all the reindeers took off their blindfolds. Laughing at seeing the snow on Donato's horns and the circles around him, he was still dizzy from the blindfold. But before the reindeers could say anything about Rodolfo's mischief, Santa Claus appeared with a curious look, wondering what was happening in that snow circus. Rodolfo, as if he hadn't broken a single snowflake, stood very still, pretending to be innocent. Then, when everything seemed to be calm again, Rodolfo thought of one last mischief before Santa Claus left. He knew that Santa Claus had a pair of new boots and that he liked them so much that he wouldn't let anyone touch them. But Rodolfo decided to make a small adjustment to those elegant boots. He snuck towards Santa Claus's dresser and put a pair of maple leaves on the tip of each boot. He knew this was going to cause a little surprise. The next morning, Santa Claus got ready to put on his new boots. When he put his foot on the first boot, he felt something strange on the tip. He instantly took a leap, shaking the boot with such energy that it seemed to be dancing an unexpected Christmas dance. When he saw this, Rodolfo, who was watching behind a door, almost laughed. With so many mischiefs accumulated, Santa Claus decided that, if Rodolfo had so much energy and enthusiasm, it would be perfect for a special mission. So he chose him as the one in charge of carrying the bells of the sleigh that Christmas. Rodolfo, happy to receive such an important task, promised to behave well, or at least try. But at the beginning of the trip, as they flew over the cities and the illuminated roofs, Rodolfo could not resist the temptation to give his own musical touch to the bells. Instead of making them sound softly, he began to move them in such an animated rhythm that the other reindeer did not know if they were guiding the sleigh or participating in a party. Santa Claus, from the seat of the sleigh, began to laugh too, infected by Rodolfo's joy. This is how, between laughter, lights, and the sound of the bells rung, Rodolfo took the sleigh to every home in the world. Every house they visited was filled with special energy, and the children, still asleep, seemed to smile in their dreams. as if they felt the joy that Rodolfo brought with his bright red nose and his mischief. In the end, when they returned to the North Pole after a night full of adventures and gifts, the elves and the reindeer were eager to receive Santa Claus and the reindeer team. When they saw them arrive, everyone laughed and applauded, knowing that Rodolfo, once again, had filled Christmas with laughter and joy. Since that night, Santa Claus tells Rodolfo's funny mischief every Christmas. And the elves, reindeers, and even Santa Claus himself smile remembering that special night. Because sometimes, the true magic of Christmas is in those shared laughs and in the little mischiefs that cheer the heart. We hope you have enjoyed this story. See you in the next magical adventure. Merry Christmas and Merry Dreams. Encourage us to continue creating stories. Subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any videos. Until next time.